just wondering, you're already the fastest man over 800 meters. What's next for you?
Well, first of all, I'm really honored and I'm very grateful to be the world champion, Olympic champion, as well as the world record holder. And to get the three, at the same time, it's not something easy. It's a big achievement, and I'm just looking forward, for the future to see how am I going to go to sustain and to run for many more years to come and to defend my title. And of course, the most important thing is to stay focused. Although there's nothing else I can do that will be like new, everything is just to repeat.
Okay. And how fast do you think you can go?
Well, 140 was my aim in my career, and to break 141 and to do that in London was something special. I remember telling my coach after breaking the Wilson Kipketer's world record and lowering again a week later in Rieti to 141.01. I was telling my coach I wish it was 140.9999. I could have been very happy. But later today, to do it in London and to be the first man to run under 141 was such a great achievement. And always I said, I don't know if below 140 is possible at this time, because I know how it feels to run 141 and 140.91. It's not something easy. And if you try to go back into the history, you see since Lord Sebastian Coe world record to my record is between is less than 1 second. So that tells you how tight the 800 record is.
Tell us how you started with track and field.
Pardon?
Do you want to go a bit closer?
Yeah.
You can talk as loud as you can.
Yeah. Okay. So tell us how you started with track and field.
Well, I usually start my preparation early on the season because that is the most important, to make sure that you are also safe, and not prone to injuries. And preparation is very crucial, and I normally start with Brother Colm, the training early on as around early November, and then building up to December, January, February, and then try a bit of a few races here in a few races in Australia before building now into the main season that kick off every May.
Has your life changed since the London Olympics?
Well, life has changed a lot, and when somebody do something special, of course, people see you in a different way. Even the people we have been together, even my friends that we have been together, after breaking the world record, it's as if we have never met. It's as if they don't know even me. They just want to shake my hand. They just want to be with me, as an Olympian. So, last time we were with them, maybe a month or so, I was just an ordinary guy, an ordinary athlete. But after that achievement, everybody sees you as a different person, and that brings a different impact into your life as well. People treat you, people see you as a different person, as an inspiration to them because of what you have done, the achievement you have done.
You missed out on the World Championships in Moscow due to a knee injury. How was that for you?
Well, sports, as a sportsman, there are risks out there, and most of the risks we normally encounter is injuries. And sometimes it happens, but you don't know how to prevent them. We just try, because if I can go back into my career, I think in 2008 I missed Olympics because of an injury that I obtained just a few weeks before the Kenyan trials. Last year, part one, that was 2011, just before the World Championships in Moscow, in Daegu, I was injured. But luckily enough, I was able to recover a few weeks before the competitions. And coming up to 2012 was a great year for me. It was a successful one. I didn't have any problem. But this year, of course, I got injured. Sometimes when you have a great season, the next season sometimes it can be a little bit shaky. I don't know how, but sometimes it's as if when you put a lot of stress into your body, the following year you can easily get. But I think also it's all about training, and you need to do early training. You need to go back into your routine and all this. Although some of the injury you can prevent.
Your father won the silver medal in the 1968 Olympics. How has he supported you and helped you in achieving your Olympic gold?
Well, my father being an athlete was something that really inspired me to become an athlete as well. Because if my father was not an athlete, I don't know what I could have been doing now, because he is the one who really opened my mind that, okay, I have this talent, and if I can focus on it, I can become a good athlete, perhaps. But, having him in the house and knowingly that I have that genes, that was a great thing, and it was a great boost in myself, and that gave me a lot of confidence. Even when I was going out there, I knew that I have this talent. My father was an Olympian, and it's just to put more hard work on it, and everything is going to be okay.
Your coach Colin O'Connell suggested that you try 800 meters. How important has he been for you and your career?
Brother Colin, I met him almost now 9 years ago, and at that time I was just I was joining the high school, and we have really done a lot with Brother Coleman. When I joined his camp, he saw the way I was training, he really mastered, and there was a day after the end of the camp, we were doing like just fun run, in the end of the camp with our colleagues. And it happened that Brother Colm said, okay, we are going to start with 800 meters and then going up to 3,000 meters. And he was just like, oh, you guys, you can join it if you want. And why not try? And then I was in. And I ran very well. I won that race, and Brother Colm advised me that I can see you are even better in 800 than the 400 meters. So I want you to concentrate and focus in 800 meters. And of course, I also understand, and I know, being a coach for a very long time, he has a lot of experience, because he knows exactly how the athletes, the physical of the athlete, the structure, how we train. He was better than me, so I listened to what he was saying, and I follow his instruction. We changed the way of training, and I find that I fitted very well in 800 meters. And since then, I've been progressing very well and even improving from time to time.
What's the best thing about being a professional athlete?
Being an athlete, it also takes a lot of sacrifice to reach at the top there, and you need to put a lot of work and concentration, focus, and discipline also must be there. And it's something good, when you are fulfilling your dreams, when you are meeting your desires of your heart. it's something very important, and I feel always great to be an elite athlete and to be at the top of the world, because you get all the privileges that one can enjoy.
Okay, Mohammed Aman was the first Ethiopian to win the 800 meters World Championships. Is there a shift going on?
Well, it was great, for Mohammed Aman, being the only man who have ever beaten me twice in almost 4 years. And he's a very young, talented guy, and he's very dedicated in what he's doing. And always when we are competing, we always have fun, because he makes also the competition become very competitive. And since I missed the World Championships this year in Moscow, of course he was going there as the favorite, and it was a fantastic race, and we were happy to see him winning, because we love sports. And even myself, in Moscow, I went there the last few days of the competitions to watch, not because of any other interest, but because I love sports. Not only that I go there because I'm an athlete, but I love that sports, and I like to associate and to be with anything that do with sports.
And what was it about the Galway Kenya run that attracted your attention?
Well, we have really good connections, Kenya with Ireland, and my coach, being an Irish, he has been a very it has been a big blessing to us, not only to myself but to all the Kenyans. And when he mentions about Kenya Run here in Galway, we were really excited, and I said, oh yes, we'll go support, and see that also the project that they are doing is going to be successful with Self-Help Africa, and the program that Brother Coram is supporting in Kenya. So it's another way of giving back to the community, because people are happy to see if we associate with sports, and we are always there, and it's also something very important. And we want to support people from Africa, because Africa is not as developed as some of the Western countries, and we find that some of the people really need some help, and there are those who are willing to support. And this is a great thing, and it's a way of sharing also, and it's a gift from God.
Just one final question. The North Pole Marathon is sponsoring this event. Could you ever see yourself doing 800 meters at the North Pole, and if so, what time do you think you would do?
Well, Pastor, it's a great honor, and we are really happy to see that we have a sponsor for this race. And I can't really tell maybe or when I can compete it there, but we'll see. You can't predict, but it's such a lovely thing, and we enjoy being there, and we will enjoy this Saturday the Kenya Run.